Can't beat us, join us, please bring your coinage. We sink 3-pointers, money shots, all net, all vets. Bumps we not, jet skiing in them sunny spots. With women edible like gummy drops. Dummy stop, dummy stop. No weapon form can intercept a storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and developments like residents of Ebbets Fields. Not to choose between woo and chew. We wanna line them colors up like a Rubik's Cube and fade to black, yeah, the truest hue. When you say the black man is God, who you alluded to? The usual, Clarence 13X, a worthy guest. The words expressed come from the word in flesh. Elijah M, the NOI versus Leviathan. Messiah sent from the heavenly branches. 7 P's from since G-Dub cut down the cherry tree. In the wilderness of North Amex, and we flossing death and forced aggression, or forced perception, forced protection, or forced confessions. It's all a lesson. Chill.
The sorcerers from Corsica, killer tonics, sticks and drums like the Philharmonic Orchestra. You niggas still playing harmonicas from officers, fabric softener. Jive turkeys popping 5 perkies, playing with keys, the Scotch stores type. For that soft right, we could've caught life, just being forthright. First class on my 4th flight, popping out like Fortnite. Every night we lit like Porsche lights. The meek shall inherit the earth, oh yeah, the scorched type. And these niggas, they some hoes in these streets. Me, I'm 10 toes in these streets. They lost their souls, niggas got holes in their feet. Shit, I'm just worried about the craft and how to perfect it. Not worried about the craft, yeah, that's out of perspectives. Focus on the chip like I'm Robert Kraft, and then how to protect it. It's the waves of the oceans. Get to the money, nigga, save your emotion. Descendant of the slaves in the graves in the oceans. Mastermind that the waves is in motions. These niggas, they addicted to the folly, addicted to that molly. Making me a movie, them sticks made of holly. I'm Dr. Manhattan, sitting on top of Manhattan. When I get all 5 rings, snap my fingers and pop up on satin. Dressed in all black, yeah, drop top the Phantom. Bless.
Crumb TV.
Can't beat us, join us, please bring your coinage. We sink 3-pointers, money shots, all net, all vets. Bumps we not, jet skiing in them sunny spots. With women edible like gummy drops. Dummy stop, dummy stop. No weapon form can intercept a storm. Once my intellect is on, I'm projecting on magnetic fields and interact with blacks with athletic bills. I'm all about growth and development like residents of Ebbets Fields. Not to choose between woo and chew. We wanna line them colors up like a Rubik's Cube and fade to black, yeah, the truest hue. When you say the black man is God, who you alluded to? The usual, Clarence 13X, a worthy guest. The words expressed come from the word in flesh. Elijah M, the NOI versus Leviathan. Messiah sent from the heavenly branches. 7 P's from since G-Dub cut down the cherry tree. In the wilderness of North Amex, and we flossing death and forced aggression, or forced perception, forced protection, or forced confessions. It's all a lesson. Chill.
The sorcerers from Corsica, killer tonics, sticks and drums like the Philharmonic Orchestra. You niggas still playing harmonicas from officers, fabric softener. Jive turkeys popping 5 perkies, playing with keys, the Scotch stores type. For that soft right, we could've caught life, just being forthright. First class on my 4th flight, popping out like Fortnite. Every night we lit like Porsche lights. The meek shall inherit the earth, oh yeah, the scorched type. And these niggas, they some hoes in these streets. Me, I'm 10 toes in these streets. They lost their souls, niggas got holes in their feet. Shit, I'm just worried about the craft and how to perfect it. Not worried about the craft, yeah, that's out of perspectives. Focus on the chip like I'm Robert Kraft, and then how to protect it. It's the waves of the oceans. Get to the money, nigga, save your emotion. Descendant of the slaves in the graves in the oceans. Mastermind that the waves is in motions. These niggas, they addicted to the folly, addicted to that molly. Making me a movie, them sticks made of holly. I'm Dr. Manhattan, sitting on top of Manhattan. When I get all 5 rings, snap my fingers and pop up on satin. Dressed in all black, yeah, drop top the Phantom. Blessed to this day.
TV.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Live. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar. And that song that you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is the Theta Waves. I need to get y'all that single and whatnot. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to get it with a QR code. You just be able to scan the QR code and you could get that out. You could get that song, man. So many people on this they've been rocking with us. Y'all been holding very patiently, and you know, I definitely want you to be able to have that song in your rotations. You feel me? So yeah, I just I want to get it mastered. I don't know if y'all heard the Voltron album, but that's literally the cleanest sound that I've heard me and Blue's voice over beats ever. You know what I mean? Not to say that the other songs weren't mastered, but it sounds beautiful. Like I was crying last night. Don't judge me. I was on a little bit of the boomies and whatnot. You know that shit make you emotional. You feel me? And I was in a room. It was pitch dark, and I had the headphones on, and I was just listening to it. And the Disclosure track, I'm gonna tell you what track it was. Disclosure. Shit made me cry, yo. I promise you. I was not bawling and whatnot, but my face was wet. You know what I'm talking about? I had tears rolling down my eyes. It sounded so good. The whole album. Like when that beat dropped, oh man. I think Father Rich, yo, he did some magic on that beat. That shit sounds orgasmic. You know what I mean? I don't know I don't even know another word to call it. But I want Theta Waves to sound like that. I want Theta Waves to sound like that. Yeah. I see you, Rob. We gonna get your shit mastered, bro. I want to hear your music mastered. I think every one of us, especially those who make I don't know what conscious music is. I'm not gonna call it conscious music because I don't like that title. I don't really do. Everything that we do is not conscious. You have a conscious. That's a high vibrational conscious plate of food. You want to get a conscious T-shirt? That's some fly ass conscious sneakers you got on. Yo, son, you know them conscious grills you was wearing with the red opals? Where those at? Like, nigga, stop it. everything, everything, everything is not conscious. You know, I don't know what to call it. I guess it's God hop or I don't know, but I think that whatever the genre is, being undefined is a flex still. Being undefined is not, you don't need to define everything. You feel me? Everything doesn't need a definition, you know? But whatever it is, it needs to sound as crispy and clear. It needs to sound mixed and mastered. It needs to have layers, and when it gets mixed and mastered, there should be something underlying it that makes it sound different than what we have been used to hearing, especially that digitized robotic music that has no replay value. Soul music, universal music. How y'all like God Star hip hop or Dog Star hip hop? No, God Hop or Dog Star Hip Hop. A. Rashid coined the phrase Dog Star, and Soul Messiah out of Cyrock's camp. he was the one who coined the phrase God hop. I like God hop, you know. But then when you hear God hop, people are gonna be like, it almost sounds like gospel. I don't want it to sound, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not gospel, you know? God hop. Because God, you know, God is everything, right? God hop sound like Christian rap, right? I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I don't want 504 and hit me on the DM talking about, yo, you want to do some God hop, you know? Shout out to him. I'm not gonna hold you. Fabio Foreign, the one who coined the phrase demon time, right? He coined the phrase demon time. The drill rapper out of Brooklyn, out of New York. I don't know. Is he from Brooklyn? I don't know. Yeah. The drill rapper out of Brooklyn, he went gospel on niggas. And the shit is slapping. It's slapping. Yo, you know they got drill Christian rappers in Atlanta. They had the drill Christian rap. Well, let me just say for the record, D1 is the homie. My guy D1. I don't. He be there's controversy. He be sparking up controversy sometimes. But I made a bet with somebody that in 10 years he's gonna be rocking more crystals than me and blue. You know what I'm talking about? He's gonna have a face tat with a some type of ancient motif on it. He's gonna turn into something else. But that's my guy. He's my guy because of his heart and just because of who he is. Me and him, every time I see him, it's just straight love. He's a good guy. You know, he's a good guy. It just may be that we don't all, and he got skills too. Don't we could say what we want to say about D1, but he's not no slouch when it comes to bars and what. And he's not no slouch on the mic. He been rapping for a very long time. I think I remember Son from 106 and Park days. He been rapping for mad long and whatnot. You dig? But he got a song with Fabio Foreign. That shit is kind of slapping. I ain't gonna hold you. I was at Juneteenth in Atlanta like 2 years ago, and they had an entire stage filled up with dudes with tight ass pants, face tats, long dreads. You feel me? And they do that walk that the Atlanta niggas do, and all of they was rapping about Jesus. 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 They was on a Christian drill rap. I was like, this shit is not bad. You know, it ain't for me, but it ain't bad. You know what I'm talking about? With all of the baddies talking about they go on Christian, they should be lit, right? Like it should be a movement. You know what I'm talking about? The Christian twerkers. I haven't seen them, but I do see that there's a lot of girls going Christian these days. You feel me? Like it's almost like a cycle. It's almost like they do pop the balloon, Zeus, Bible studies. You see the pattern? I don't know what the hell it is, but you know what I'm talking about? It's like they go to Dubai, they on TikTok, then they in the church. I don't know what that cycle is, but it is a cycle. I'm seeing the pattern. You know? I'm seeing the pattern. God bless all of them. You know what I'm talking about? God bless all of them. They may be a local brouhaha in a few months. You know what I mean? You can't judge them because after the church, they gonna get the septum ring, right? They finna get the septum ring, and they gonna bleach the locks. The locks gonna have the hydrogen peroxide tips. And there's a new name. There's a new name, multi-syllable name. Okay, beloved. Oh, Grand Rising. All right, here we go. Delivered. That's the pattern. Christian rappers are taboo in some circles. I mean, to be honest with you, you know, I'm sure that one of them got it. You know what I mean? I'm sure that one of them got it. You know, I think Fabio might invigorate that whole entire genre. He might invigorate that entire niche to really start spitting, and somebody is gonna come to the front and they're gonna be recognized. Shit, he might even get Ye back in his Christianity bag. You know what I'm talking about? He might even get Ye to double back and bring the choir together, you know what I mean, and do a little something something. Listen, I am not mad at all. I would rather hear some Christian rappers before I listen to some rappers talk about, uh the shit that they talking about that we all can't stand. I would rather hear somebody speak of the resurrection and whatnot before we hear about some other things. So big up to them. Do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? It's a free world. I ain't judging nobody. You know what I'm saying? It be people out here with these fake ass moral police, and they be acting like they could control what people think and what they say and what they eat and how they breathe. Man, that must take a lot of energy. That really must take a lot of energy, man. But what I do know, Troy, is that you are on. Let me put that right here on the screen. Degenerate rap is played out. I'm sorry. I'm very biased, of course. I'm pushing the album. You know what I'm talking about? You can't trust nothing that I say. I'm in album mode. You know what I mean? I'm selling albums and shit. But I can agree with this statement wholeheartedly. I think it has run its course. Like I found myself today because I don't know if y'all noticed or not. Let me see if I could pull this up. I'm all over the place. But we got a hip hop channel and we don't promote this hip hop channel at all. I gotta talk to Brother Rich about that. We need to start promoting this shit. You know what I'm saying? We put a channel together, hip hop. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to start doing some reviews because what I found out, right? I'm learning a lot with this album. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, um, it might have came out of nowhere that it's like, oh shit, this Negro is doing music now. I don't know. Red Pill needs to make his mind up. He needs to stay in a box. You know what I mean? He needs to figure it out. What box are you gonna let us place you in? And I'm like, shit, don't put me in no box. You know what I mean? The day that I feel like everybody's figured me out is the day that I'll just shut this whole shit down and just, hang it all up. I don't want to be figured out. You know what I'm saying? I want to be an anomaly. So there's things that I'm into. Well, let me not even throw that out there, mad weird, because what you into, man? No, the music, the arts, right? So the arts, I'm compelled to do the arts. You know what I mean? That's my thing. So this hip hop thing, I want to do it. So boom, doing this album has been opening up my eyes to a lot of things that either need to be done, haven't been done, or is not necessarily, or we're not aware of who's doing it, right? So, boom, you would think in 2026, in what they would call the conscious community, or it ain't even, it's broader than the conscious community, really just in our community, black people, because when you're on YouTube, you're not just they're not the algorithm is not just pushing me to, how the hell do they know who's conscious? They're not just pushing me to conscious people, they're pushing this shit all over the place. So this is the channel. This is called Hippopolis, right? And as it stands right now, there's 23 videos up here, 626 subscribers. That's really not a lot, you know what I mean? But we're very honored for those 600, you know what I'm saying? Because it's better than zero, right? So honors to that, and I'll drop the link right here. And if you feel compelled to sign up to the site, then you go ahead and you do that. There's no pressure whatsoever. You know what I mean? Because everybody's not into hip hop. And everybody's definitely not into God hop and whatnot. But if you ever wanted to go down a red pill, blue pill rabbit hole, and you wanted to explore the music that we've made and whatnot, this is somewhat of our catalog when it comes to videos. We have a lot of music that we don't have videos for. But as it stands right now, we got about 20 plus videos over the years and whatnot that we've put out. You know what I mean? The majority of them were done by House of Tunes, my good brother out of Philadelphia. I'm talking about the legend. You know what I mean? Mathino Bay. Shout out to Mathino out of Philadelphia. He does excellent work. You feel me? When we do our movie, that's definitely gonna be the Spike Lee to Me and Blues movie because the work that he's put in over the years, he deserves that. He deserves to be the runner up, the first runner up. So, what did I learn? I learned that we don't have reaction channels. Let's write this down. Let's write this down. Um, we don't have reaction channels. What is the reaction channels? A reaction channel is a channel where people react to your music, right? That is a new form of marketing. To be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody was in quote unquote the music business, if you were an independent artist or if you were signed to a label, you could be Drake size, all the way down to a person that just put out their first project. You need a reaction channel. You need to have ties to at least 10 different reaction video channels. You know that there's a monetary consignment to that as well. Niggas is getting paid. They don't fleece me. And I'm talking about, please. We got a budget, but we're building the budget up. You feel me? We're building the budget up. Everything that we make with these album sales and the merch is going right back into the business because at the end of the day, we have a point to prove. And what point do we have to prove? That we could do this shit on our own. We could build our own machine. The people are going to push us in a direction to whereas we won't need no small hat or no real estate investor or nobody with their hands in our pocket or nobody telling us what we can say, what we can't say, how we could say it, and all of these crazy things. But yes, we need reactionary channels, not just for our album, for everybody. You know how much music be coming out? For all of us. You could review, like, all right, case in point, Ransom. He's an artist out of New Jersey. And when you, depending on who you ask, I saw a poll on the internet the other day. They had 38 Special, they had Benny the Butcher, they had Ransom, and they had RJ Payne, right? And they was asking who's the best. I'm gonna call you when I get off the show. They was asking who's the best artist out of all of these. And I was surprised. A lot of people was picking out Ransom. They was picking out Ransom. They was like, yo, Ransom is the best out of that four. RJ Payne, and he's a beast with it, right? 38 Special, Benny the Butcher, and Ransom. And you could probably throw Freddie Gibbs in there, right? For anybody. And then you got Rock Marciano. For everybody that may be unfamiliar, these are lyrical rappers who do cocaine bars, right? I'm not a cocaine rapper. I'm not really blown away by cocaine rappers, but it just seems that over the past 6 or 7 years, they've been dominating the underground. That's the style. That's Griselda. You feel me? That's really Benny the Butcher, 38, and all of them. I won't call Ransom a cocaine rapper, but he'll throw those bars in there here and there. He's more of an introspective. His pen is crazy though. He got a crazy pen game. Like his writing is phenomenal. Um, I would review his album. If I was a reviewer, if I was to do I would do a first listen review. The day that shit dropped, I would have been reviewing it. Your channel will pick up traction like that because people want to hear what you got to say, how you think about it. There's a few projects out. The Game has dropped an album called The Documentary. Nipsey just dropped the album. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you on both of these projects. And once again, I might be biased. I don't know, but it's just my ear. I'm not a big fan of the other dude that was with Nipsey that's doing the hooks and all of that. It's not moving me. And when it comes to the Game, I can't stand that nigga, bro. And I don't want to be biased and whatnot. I just can't stand the game, bro. I really I haven't not liked a person this much in a long time. I don't like him, bro. His shit is fire. I listened to a few of it and I turned that shit off. I just don't like the game, bro. You know what I mean? Bino had moments. He does in a way. I ain't gonna lie. He does. He got moments. The Nipsey thing sounds kind of dated. You know what I mean? It does. I fuck with it, but it does sound dated. It feels good to hear Nipsey's bars. It feels good to hear Nipsey's voice. It feels good to hear Nipsey rapping and whatnot. But it did sound dated. You know. And the Bino dude, he just don't do it for me. Not on all of the tracks. It just, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like he's trying to be down. You know? It seems like he's trying to be down. And I it might be a misassessment on my part, but it's sometimes like, you know, it just seems like he's trying to be down. In the game, it just seems like he's trying to be down. Like he been in the game mad long and he's still trying to convince people that he's trying to be down. It's like, no. And all of that, he's talking about you know what I mean? I hate when the game brings up Nipsey Hussle. And I hate when he talks about Kendrick. Like, give it up, bro. They don't fuck with you, bro. That's not your mans in them. Why are you mentioning their names? And when you be like, Nip got killed and all of that, Easy died. Nigga, we know they died. Don't talk about that. Because you and your manager was hating on them. So what you're doing is called sassy aggressiveness. And that's the type shit he's the king of sassy aggressive niggas. I don't like him. So it's hard for me to listen to his music. I'm sorry. And y'all might say, oh, we want to start the West Coast, East Coast beef because what I said. But no, I don't like that shit. I just don't like him as a person. He's not a good guy. And I'm going to listen to Skilla from out of Detroit. I'm going to check him out tonight because I like him. You feel me? See the difference? He's likable, right? You got to be like, that's why they had public relations and that's why they had A&Rs. Some of these rappers, they didn't listen. They became so quote unquote arrogant, thinking that I don't need an A&R. I got the gang with me. If you're talking about gang culture in 2026, I don't like you. How about that? And I could be like, you know, because I had a live the other day where I was like, rappers are really like actors. They are personas. They are alter egos. We have to somewhat give people we have to give them their rope. We have to give them their credit. You know what I mean? Like sometimes these rappers are literally tapping into their personas or alter egos or a character. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. You know? I'm not mad at that. But some characters are not likable. Yeah, 50 Cent rocks with Nasty Nas. Nasir Jones is the executive producer on the Skilla album. Yeah, he's behind that. I don't know if that changes anything, but you know, I like the story. He got shot. Somebody, a hater, tried to kill him. He survived. And now this is his, this is his resurrection type thing. Yeah, what up, though? He from the D. I like stories like that. If he would have got killed, I'd have been hurt. That would have been another one out of the rising stars who didn't get a chance to fully shine and whatnot. They almost took his ass out. You feel me? But even before he got clapped, I kind of was feeling his music because he was doing positive music for women. I was sending songs to my to my muses and whatnot. You feel me? And that was like inspiration music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's speaking very positive about the ladies. I like shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody can't do that. Everybody don't even have the best intentions when they do that. But when I heard him doing it, I was like, this nigga means that. He's intentional and what he's saying to these ladies and whatnot. He's intentional. You feel me? So they agree with me because they was loving on son. Yeah, they was loving, they was touching on him. Yeah, I mean, I seen a concert. Yeah, they had hands and feet on that boy. You feel me? So I don't know if this album is a reflection of that, but I will give it a spin. Going back to what I was saying, what good is it to listen to all of this music and you're not getting paid for that? You could literally do a review of these albums and get the cheddar. That's what we're missing. We don't have review channels. And I'm not just talking about one channel. We should have been doing that when Kendrick was battling Drake. We should have been doing that years ago. There should have been somebody with 1 million subscribers who's part of the network, and they like, yo, send us your music. We not gonna cheat. If the shit whack, we gonna say it's whack. Like, don't do it. Don't just say, oh, this is a classic because that's you, my man's in them. Nah, like, be honest. Be fully honest. Don't hate though, but be honest. And that will get you far. Be authentic with your shit. Where's that at? With everybody that got opinions and everybody, we all listening to music. So where the fuck? Where's the reaction channels? Where's the streamers at? Where's the conscious streamers? I was on this channel talking about streamers like 3 years ago before anybody knew what a Castanet or I Show Speed. I came purposely and was like, yo, the streamers, get on the streams, get on Twitch, get on Kick, big it up, blow it up. Them niggas is getting paid. I thought somebody was gonna pick that up and run with it, but they didn't. You know, I need to get all you niggas in one room. You know what I'm talking about? We got to get this shit going. I'm gonna have to turn into Phil Jackson, get on my coaching shit. Like, I got to get all you niggas in one room because I ain't mad at nobody. It is what it is. Life be life and whatnot. But we all have purposes. We got roles that we could be playing. You feel me? We got tasks, TASK. We have certain tasks that we should be picking up on. You feel me? And the way that I put it together, I'm gonna make sure that everything is everybody's gonna be rewarded. I'm not just gonna waste your time. You feel me? I study this internet shit. Like, if I do one thing, I study this thing to the T. You know what I mean? I know where the income streams are at. I know a few ways on how to turn over a few dollars and whatnot. And I'm here to let you know there are voids to be filled. There are voids to be filled. We need some goddesses with the septum rings and the bleached locks to do the reviews and shit like that. Do the album listening. Do the 24-hour streams and whatnot. Play some music while you making incense. You know what I'm talking about? While you making candles and shit. You know what I mean? And be funny and be personal. Y'all real funny. I be around y'all. Y'all be having jokes and shit. Y'all are very funny. You know what I'm talking about? Mad funny. You know what I mean? Mad sense of humor, witty and whatnot. Why don't you apply that to something that is big like music? Like, music is humongous. And then the conscious, the goodies and whatnot, they be having artists that I didn't know about. I didn't know about Londrell until I got sucked into the Brouhaha movement. I didn't know about Londrell until I got into the Patchouli movement. You know what I mean? The sisters with the Nog Champa, they put me on a Londrell, Spiritual Tony and shit like that. Cleo, what's the girl? Snow Aguilera and all of them. I didn't know shit about that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should make some reaction channels. Get you a YouTube bag. You know? We need to have KTL Career Day. But yeah, this is the channel, Hip Hopolis. You feel me? So on Hip Hopolis, I'm gonna be doing reviews and whatnot. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna be doing reviews. We're gonna be uploading videos and shit like that. I think I got a few more new videos to put on here. We're gonna get Cambada's videos up here. more conscious artists, maybe some AA Rashid videos, more artists. We got to put it up there. Yeah, yeah. You know? So that's that. That's that. Okay. Yeah, y'all like Spiritual Tony, right? Spiritual Tony dope. You feel me? I put y'all on the Lizzie Jeff. You know what I'm saying? We got America Sutton. It's a bunch of artists that people should be listening to that got, good music. But shout out to everybody supporting the Voltron album. Very, very good on the support. I'm gonna play the song, the video Disclosure, probably at the end, so y'all could get a little taste of what we working with, how we cooking up, how we coming and whatnot. But the album is very diversified. It has different sounds and whatnot. We got something for the ladies. We got something for the backpackers. We got something for my out of space, my spacely sprockets and whatnot. You know? We got a little something for the people that just want to vibe to like the old school sounds and shit. Yeah, we got it all. Londrell meditation music. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That he got yoga music. You know what I'm talking about? That should be bumping at all of the yoga spots. You say y'all are like T.I.'s son. Yeah, what you talking about? Which one? Chill, son. What are you talking about? T.I.'s son. Ooh, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Major. Uh, which one? Buddy Red. You gotta tell me which one of the sons, cause he got a few of them. Yeah, Lizzie, Londrell. We got Lava. T.I. son got bars, yo. Yeah, a few. Yeah, what that mean? Russell Simmons' son had bars. What? Why you? What's the comparison? No, I don't. I'm just trying to say which one are you comparing us to? I don't know I don't know what you getting. I don't know what you picking up. I don't. I've never been compared to T.I.'s son. Oh man. Yeah, nigga, Diggy Simmons had bars. What the fuck? Diggy Simmons had bars too. What's your point? Nah, I like all of the Suns. I like all of them. I love the way that the Suns have picked up. They don't sound like they father. They're not trying to rap like Ti with the trap museum. They have their own distinct style and whatnot. They have you could tell that they are into the craft. I believe three of them are rappers, right? Three of them got their own careers and shit like that. So yeah, big up to them. Big up to them. And especially when they were battling 50 Cent, all three of them stepped up and defended their dad. So that got them a lot of cool points in Atlanta. You dig? But let's get to the information. Let's get to the stories. Tonight we are scheduled to be on 363 Empire. I believe we're with Professor Griff. You dig? And next Saturday in Brooklyn, New York, we are going to be at Nicholas. All right. We're going to be at Nicholas. All right. So look out for that. All right. In about 7 days on the 29th, we are going to be in the building with the good brother Ross Ben. I've been stacking this show to the T. We got a whole bunch of people coming through. We're going to have my good sister out of Florida, Ariel Angelic. She's gonna be on the show probably on Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna be debuting her on the show. This is her first time doing a solo show, and I know this one is gonna be powerful. Um, she'll be opening up She's going to be talking about basically building up the God body and whatnot. And she has some powerful products to back up everything that she's talking about. She, in my humble opinion, is one of the top chemists in this community, right? On Monday, I believe we got Ross Ben and Ra Aku on the show together. Yeah, I've been in the lab all day doing my research on this one that they coming with. Oh my goodness. This shit's so powerful, it might even turn into a course because the information that Ross Ben and Ra Aku is about to lay on your asses on Monday, pause, it's gonna blow your, it is going to blow, it's gonna blow your, it's gonna blow your waves back. I promise you. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna retwist your locks. Like they coming with it. You know what I mean? They are coming with it. And you might think you know what they're gonna be talking about, but you have no idea. So just look out for that. But yeah, Ross Ben is gonna be in Brooklyn. And if you're in the New York area, I promise you. And we also have a special pop-up that night as well with me and Cambada. And we're gonna be promoting the Voltron album. We'll be signing CDs, we'll have merchandise in the building, hoodies and t-shirts, and we're also going to be playing some music. And earlier that day, more than likely, I'll be at Fort Greene Park celebrating with Spike Lee. They have Michael Jackson Day at Fort Greene Park. So I need to pick up on some of that Mikael energy. You dig? I need to pick up on some of that. I might even have the Bluetooth blasting the album and whatnot. Like, yo, what we doing? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, volume one, niggas. What we doing? But I'm gonna be in Brooklyn, you know, soaking up the energy. So we'll see all of the New York family. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Spread it like a rumor and whatnot. Let them know that we're gonna be, and we obligated to support the sister Monique and Nicholas. I don't know how long Nicholas doors are gonna be open in Brooklyn, but I'm calling on everybody from the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area to come through and come and support this sister, because if that venue closes in New York, is literally a blackout. That's probably the last venue that we have in New York City that hosts consciousness, right? And don't have, you know, they don't got weird energy. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the last venues for us. That's one of the last venues. So we're gonna celebrate her, black owned business and whatnot. They've been in business for 50 plus years. You in LA, how do you get the Voltron? Oh, you scan that QR code right there. You see that QR code? You scan that QR code and you get the digital album download. You could order the hard copy and you get the digital download that comes with it while you wait for your hard copy. How many people got their hard copy already? Them hard copies is landing. You know what I'm talking about? The shit hitting their ass, hitting people's mailbox as we speak. I've been I didn't know so many people had CD players in their ride and whatnot. Kudos to y'all for that. I do not like cars with no CD players. I don't like cars with no CD players, y'all. They be thinking that that's a flex and it's not. I'm on some shit where I'm like, where's the cassette player in the car? But I don't like cars that got rid of the CD players. It's like, fam, why? Like, what's your plans? Like, are you down with that streaming shit? Like, you're part of the problem. You know what I'm talking about? I need the CD player in the car. You know, shit getting too advanced for me these days. They got cameras all in the new cars, looking at your eyebrows and shit like that, scanning your fucking face. You know what I mean? I don't like no. I need a hoopty, nigga. You got 500 cassettes from the 90s? Oh yeah, ye are rich. Hold on to that. Yeah, hold on to that. Yeah, they try to make people ashamed of having CD players in cars or having a shit where you gotta roll the window up. Like, nah, nigga. If your battery dies, you could be stuck in those cars. A fucking Tesla, that shit's scary and whatnot. If the grid collapse, your ass gonna be stuck in the car. I seen a story where the Tesla rolled a lady in a river. God damn. The shit rolled. Yo, don't stop writing in all caps. You gonna make me nervous. Where's yo? It sound like you screaming at me, nigga. Stop writing in all caps, fam. I'm about that's send a red flag in my yo, and I'm projecting because I am Mr. Right in all caps on my Facebook days. Niggas would be like, "Are you yelling at me?" I was Mr. All Caps. I don't know. I was wild aggressive with my writing, so I understand how it. I'm like, fam, I got cured of the all caps. Can you curious? Can I cure you? Can you? Yeah. Motherfucker think he MF Doom. Right, nigga. The fuck? Nigga. Motherfucking Avengers Doomsday and all of that. God damn it. Doctor Doom, can you relax? Can you relax? You know? We could read you. You don't gotta be yeah, we could read everything that you saying, beloved. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Them Teslas could self repo and drive off. I mean, what type of bad bitch energy do a car have where the shit drive off if you are late on a payment? God damn it. It's like a OnlyFans model. You know what I'm talking about? Now niggas cars done turn into OnlyFans models. The car is sassy. I don't want a sassy car. If the car drive off because I missed the payment, then the car's sassy. I don't want it. You know what I'm talking about? Give me a old school. I need a dunk, nigga. Give me a dunk. Give me a car that I can start with a screwdriver. I'm taking it all the way back. Fuck that. When I went to Jacksonville, they was trying to sell me a car. Well, really, they was gonna. I was gonna just pick up a car, and the car was fire. You know what I mean? The only thing was the door didn't open. So I was like, no wonder the car was the price that it was and shit. It was like, so why doesn't the door open? It was like, yeah, you know. No, at first they was like, yeah, so the window don't roll down. So I'm like, no, they was like the AC don't work. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know, I'm not really big on the AC. I do the window roll down thing. They was like, well, I meant to tell you the window don't work. I'm like, the window don't work. Oh shit. All right. So fuck it. Then it was like, also the door don't open because I was ready to get out the bitch. I was wondering why I came in on the passenger side. There's like, yeah, this door doesn't open up either, family. Now I'm a fan of Dukes of Hazard and everything. You dig what I'm saying? You know, I'm Roscoe Biko Train and Boss Hog. You know what I mean? And the Dukes of Hazard, they would climb through the window. But I was like, if I take this shit to Atlanta and I'm in fucking let's say I'm in Buckhead and shit, and I come out one of these expensive stores and all of that, I'm in traffic climbing through the window. Come on, y'all trying to get me laid out? Like, what are we doing? So you want me to pull up to fucking Kroger's and climb out the window? I was like, I'm trying to go old school, but not that. You know what I'm talking about? What if I got into some road rage, nigga? What if I got into road rage? Somebody rear ended me. I'm finna climb out the window to pop my shit. That's what we doing now. You got me climbing out the window to pop my shit. Nah, fam. Motherfucking General Lee, and it was orange too. On God, yo, no judgment if you listening to if the person who was gonna sell the Whippington, no judgment. But you know that it was General Lee. We should have put a O1 on the fucking roof. You know what I'm talking about? Goddamn. It was just you know what was wild? Where I was trying to think, why didn't the door? What could have happened? Did the door don't open? That I took the whole ride back to Atlanta thinking about what the fuck happened to make the door not open. You know what I mean? Like what could have happened? I never seen no shit like that. You know? Just the good old boys. Never doing no harm. He's on the moon. I'm giving my age away, but y'all know that was one of the best shows on TV when we was little jits. Duke's a hat, Daisy Duke, nigga. Roscoe Biko Train, motherfucking Luke, nigga. What? When the car jumped, General Lee, nigga. What? Nah, that shit right there was the joint, boy. Oh my goodness, that was it. It might not even be the same when you watch it now, but I know I was like, yeah, Friday night. You had The Incredible Hulk with Bill Bixby. You had Dukes of Hazzard, motherfucking Knight Rider with Kit, David Hasselhoff. I don't know where y'all was at, but y'all need to get in a time machine when you get the opportunity and pull up to like 81, 82, 83. I promise you. You feel me? You'll understand why we are the way we are. Oh my goodness. Steve Austin, the Fall Guy, Lee Majors. What? Lee fucking Majors, nigga? The $6 million man? The Bionic Man? What? Battlestar. Oh, Wonder Woman. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. This before they start playing Farrakhan tapes in the crib. Lindsay Carter. Yeah, nigga. I don't even know if she's is she a Becky or is she Spanish and whatnot. She was ambiguous. But Wonder Woman? Yeah, nigga. Where Umar at? Fight the Power. I was on her body. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Linda Carter? Yeah, Linda Carter. Buck Rogers. Buck Rogers had a white chick flying with him too with her. You know what I mean? She had her. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my childhood. The A-Team. What are we talking about? I think the A-Team was on Thursday or Tuesday. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, back in those days, it was 5 channels on the TV. None of that shit that we got now. 5 channels. So everybody was watching the same thing. For everybody to be trying to play cool, like, yeah, I didn't watch that. You're a fucking liar. That was back in the days where the family was watching everything in the living room together. Everybody was watching the same thing in the living room together. Even Granny was in the building, like, turn the TV out. Yeah, Gilligan's Island. Ginger? Niggas gotta stop. We was all into white girls when we was little. Ashe, come on now. Let's stop it. You know what I mean? Niggas be trying to act too cool. Fight the power. You know what I mean? Let's stop it. Let's cut it out. It's a lot of Cappington, but we finna not. I'm not finna cap. It's Saturn is in retrograde. You know what I mean? Everybody is so cool these days. They so indigenous. I Dream a Genie and Bewitched. Let's come on now. Let's get it out our system. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get it out our system. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, the girls from Three's Company. Yo. Yo. And yo, look. Nigga, these niggas got to what's her name? They got Zeus Network. Look at what the kids got these days. They got Real Housewives of Atlanta. The fuck? Love and Hip Hop. Nigga, we had Chrissy, and I ain't talking about Jim Jones shorty either. We had Three's Company, Bewitched, I Dream a Genie. Nigga, on certain nights, even Lucy could get it. Nigga, what? Dynasty, Erica Kane, Susan Lucci. Come on now. I know the sisters are watching. Forgive me. Yo, don't judge me, but please smudge me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, smudge me. We need, yeah, that's part of. I promise you, the ayahuasca is helping me, but that's part of my childhood. That's part of my childhood. They're gonna clip this up. They're gonna do me like Rashad. The other one, um, motherfucking Dallas Falcons crest, huh? Yeah, they was subliminally programming us, ladies and gentlemen. Don't judge us, please smudge us. But those ladies were showing boobs. You know what I'm talking about? They had on Daisy Dukes. We were so young and impressionable. We didn't know what was happening, but we did balance it out because we had Penny on Good Times. We had motherfucking D. D had on Vaseline. D wasn't putting on cocoa butter. D had on petroleum. Her face was shining black. Nigga, I knew niggas that was I knew some niggas that was on Nell Carter body. They was on Nell Carter's body. Yeah, they liked them. Yeah, they was on Nell Carter body. You know what I'm talking about? We was balanced. It wasn't 227 and all of that. It wasn't like just all pink toes. You know what I'm saying? They balanced it out. We had fucking 227. I know niggas that was on Pearl. They was like, yeah, I need me a cougar. They was on Pearl body. Yeah, facts of life. Some niggas was on Joe. Some niggas was on Joe's body. You know what I mean? And some they was on Blair. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But listen, young and impressionable. Yeah, Nell Carter had that junk in the trunk. But some people was on Tootsie at Facts of Life. Some people was on Blair. And some niggas was on Joe. You know what I mean? Don't judge them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know? But it was crazy back in the days. It was very crazy back in the days. Y'all don't even know. For those of y'all that dodged that bullet, y'all have no idea. But then y'all got like Roseanne Barr, Peg Bundy and shit like that. Yeah, they cooked y'all. They cooked the generations later on. You know what I'm saying? They cooked them niggas. Because at least our white girls look like they look like they was coming out of magazines and whatnot. I don't know about the ones later on. Y'all was getting the meth heads and shit that yeah, it didn't look right. It didn't look right. You know what I mean? I snapped right out of that spell because they was giving us all type of weird looking gremlin looking white girls. Oh, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Claire Huxtable, and then after that, a different world, Cree Summers, then girlfriends, and you know what I mean? Then they start piling it on to us. And then Nia Long broke the spell and shit like that. Love Jones. That's why Love Jones is so big in the hood. So is Fridays. Hey, Miss Parker. You know what I mean? Shit like that was breaking the spell. We was like, oh yeah, once we go black, we will never go back. Like, we got cured. We got cured. You know what I mean? Because they gave us women that we could, you know what I mean? Players ball, nigga, diamond. Yeah, player ball. Yeah, Nia Long did it for the young generation. On her, she carried us on her backs. You feel me? I know a few people that like Jada Pinkett when she was in Menace to Society with the thick braids and everything. She was a looker. She was cool, but Nia Long just had something about her. It was literally that movie Love Jones. And then also Baby Boy with Taraji. She was yelling and whatnot. To be honest with you, it wasn't even Taraji. It was the shorty that he cheated on her with the braids at the job. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she was her. She was her. Yeah, she was her. I don't even know what happened to her, but she was her. Yeah, I'm talking about. And then set it off. I know some niggas that was on Queen Latifah's body. Don't judge them. You know what I mean? Because Queen Latifah, when she was riding on a motorcycle, a UNITY, we didn't even know we knew what a tomboy was. We didn't know anything else outside of that. So if you wasn't like, we was like, she's a little rough, but she's looking for a rough neck. You know what I mean? So she was still appealing. Niggas loved her style because Latifah was like one of the guys. You know? She could throw the pigskin around with her. You know what I'm talking? Might dribble the ball with her. Yeah, Holly. Yeah, Holly. Young Holly. Holly Brokers. Holly is a part of niggas. Low key. Holly is a part of our trauma. Holly is a part of our trauma. The girl from Do the Right Thing, Rosie Perez with the ice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Rosie Perez. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Yeah, she was a pretty big woman. Who, Latifah, right? Yeah, man. Stacey Dash at one point. Stacey, yeah, you got to give it up. Stacey Dash at one point. Megan fucking Good. I told y'all the Megan Good story. I did, right? Yeah. I froze up on Megan. I'm not even, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. I could have been good with Megan, but I froze up. I don't even know what I said. We was in Club Opium in Miami. You feel me? And the boy had it too. You know what I'm talking about? All I had to say was the right thing. The boy had it. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, let me tell you. You know what I mean? She was on the kid. You know what I mean? She was on the kid. You know what it would have, if I didn't know it was her. If it was darker and whatnot, I just seen the shape of the body and maybe the eyes and whatnot, then I would have been able to turn up. But then I saw it was Megan Good, and I something happened, something, you know what I'm talking about? Something came over me. Yeah. I didn't deliver. I said some dumb shit. I don't even remember what it was, but yeah. I didn't deliver, man. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man. There wouldn't have been no Jonathan Majors in the game. Oh man, now she with a goggle. Nah, the Khalees too. Nah. I'm gonna tell the whole Khalees story one day. I'm gonna tell. It's like it's, you know what I mean. It's a tragedy comedy, man. The Khalees story is a tragedy comedy too, man. I'm not even ready to tell that whole story. But I did. I'll make y'all proud. I did bag it. I did get the number. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all about that. That happened, and we was outside, and there was a lot of witnesses, and they saw the boy. But then my dude pulled up in the Range Rover and got the number too. So it was like I wasn't mad because we was a team and whatnot, but I was like, damn son, she's taking away the exclusivity of this thing. Yeah, I'm talking about. This was way before Nas. Let's not get nobody in trouble. This was like 98. You know what I'm talking about? I was outside. You know what I mean? We had just did a fashion show. You feel me? It wasn't me, but Blue Pill had did this, but we twins. They don't know who came off the stage. You feel me? You know what I mean? All eyes on me. You know what I mean? And I seen Shorty with the big hair, and I'm like, come here. Holla at your peoples. Yeah, it went down. She put the number in a two-way pager. You know? But anyway, let's get to these stories, yo. Was she really a knuckle dragger? I wouldn't say that. Mm-mm. I wouldn't say at all. She just not from New York. So she was from out of town, and that whole scene in New York she just had her head spinning. She didn't know what to do with herself. You know? It was just too New York at that moment. You know what I'm saying? She was like, she was her milkshake, she was in the yard, you know what I mean? She didn't know what to do with herself. There was too much coming at her at once. So let me play this video.
Notice what needs to be done before someone asks. Stay in shape. Pick up a combat sport. Learn how to work hard, but get enough sleep. Pay all of the bills, but be fully present at home. Help with the house. Help with the kids. Notice what needs to be done before someone asks. Stay in shape. Pick up a combat sport. Learn how to shoot a weapon. Don't let your test levels drop too low. Epstein files. They're taking kids. Protect your home. Work 20 hours a day. Keep your head clear. But keep your emotions in check. Run a business, Fortune 500 company, e-com, digital products, content creation. Keep your emotions in check. Don't expect a thank you. Don't ask to be desired. High value men don't do that. High value men have internal validation, not external validation. Don't say you're overwhelmed. That's weak. Just keep showing up. Keep carrying it and make sure nobody can tell how heavy it is. Be strong when everyone else is falling apart. Be calm when the money gets tight. If the money gets tight, make more money, sell more products, get into sales, get out of sales. Sales is too toxic. Be the one with the plan. Always make sure you know the answer for dinner. Be the one who fixes what breaks. Be the protector when people feel unsafe. Be steady when the room gets emotional. But do not shut down. Open up. Talk more. Be vulnerable. Too vulnerable. Tell people what you feel. Just don't feel too much. Cry. It's okay. But do not cry too much. Okay, you need reassurance, but maybe not too much reassurance. Do not make your pain inconvenient. Somehow be honest about the weight you're carrying without ever letting anyone feel the weight of you. Sounds about right. Hopefully I'll just have one of the homies from crashing out. Venmo or PayPal me $5. Better yet, get the 7A Life reset.
So this video I saw earlier, and it really stood out to me because, you know, a lot of people are going through situations that they can't even put their thumb on. They can't put their finger on it. Like people are crashing out and they don't even know why. You know what I mean? They and when their significant other wants to talk to them, it's even hard for them to reason and whatnot because they're being judged and they're being ridiculed, and people are making assumptions as to what's going on, and it's like very hard to articulate. There's a disturbing trend that I'm watching on the internet. It has probably something to do with the Saturn. It may have something to do with the retrograde. It may have something to do with the precession of the equinox. I don't know. But, the other day I played you the case of this European who was on trial for unaliving her 3 children. And she has a support system of a bunch of feminists and whatnot. And they are all wearing pink t-shirts and they are outside the quote unquote courtroom. They raised her $1 million. Now, this trend of women snapping and whatnot and unaliving the children, it's been happening a lot. But I've seen about 4 stories in the past few days about that, right? Where these women are literally wilding out. They're going live and whatnot. They're doing crazy things to the children. So when you see a whole crowd of women who are, in my humble opinion, they're a part of the fuck those kids movement, right? Because they are, and if you were to ask me, they hate children. This whole thing about women's rights and the women's body and being able to be pro-life has turned into fuck these kids and we hate children. Not all, of course, but there's a contingency of these messages. There's an egregor in that group that's taking this whole thing from being pro-life to being anti-life, to whereas they don't even want children to live no more. I'm seeing the trend. A lot of people are snapping and whatnot. I figure that, and I'm not relegating it only to the women, because the snapping is the fathers are unaliving the families, right? So there you go. I'm spreading it out. I'm not one-sided in my critique, or I'm not one-sided in my observation. I'm seeing the fathers wild out, and they're doing they're taking the whole family out, right? So what the hell is going on in society where people are losing it and crashing out to the point where they don't even have the will to not only live, but to have their whole entire family? Like, what the hell? Does this have something to do with the phones? Does this have something to do with the AI? Does this have something to do with social media? Does this have something to do with, the change in the dimensions or the timelines? Is this cosmic? Is it the Jabberwocky? Is it the quote unquote? Is it the what they call that, the nanobots? Is it 5G? Are they sending out signals to people's subconscious? You saying it's all of the above? Yeah. Yeah. The things that people are carrying these days with nowhere to put it down, where nowhere they don't have outlets to take that weight off of their shoulders and to place it somewhere. They don't have outlets where they could scream and yell and exert pain. They don't have outlets where they could get some type of recourse, right? They don't have the right outlets. So when you don't have the right outlets, right, you crash. It doesn't help that the economy is what it is. It doesn't help that they've been firing people left and right. It doesn't help that inflation and all of these things are where they at. Yeah, shit is really tight these days. You dig? And people are in what is known as a quagmire. And when you got all of that weight on your shoulder, don't be on no pharmaco. I mean, you got all of that weight on your shoulder and you sober. Fuck around and have psychotropic drugs inside of you. Fuck around and have parasites going crazy. Fuck around and have some type of drugs to make you defocalize. That's a man. It's a lot. It is a lot. I'm mindful of it. I'm very mindful of it. And in the spirit of resolving shit, I really pray and hope that some type of intervention happens quickly and people are either able to address this shit and get it over with, or start dealing with some type of diagnosis so we could get to the bottom of it. But I don't want this thing to be ignored, because the more it's ignored, the stronger it seems that it's going to get. Shout out to everybody that sent me the emails. We sent out a request for the family who wants to get into their quote unquote survival mode, the family that wants to get into a tribe type of setting and whatnot, the family that wants to basically play it safe, right? I dropped my email and I'm going to do it again, because what I see taking place in Gary, Indiana is it's a spiritual warning. The great divine speaks through signs. It is a warning, unlike any warning that I've ever seen and whatnot. This is a warning. The earthquakes that have been taking place, a warning. The fact that all of these calamities are happening, spiritual warnings. I'm not giving my power away to CERN and to HARP and all of those things and say, no, I see a warning. I see something going down, and it is a warning for our people to basically get their shit together. How dare we still argue? How dare we still stay distracted? How dare we still have our heads in the sand when all of these things are happening and whatnot? So my whole thing is not to be a reactionary, but I need to be prepared. I need to be prepared. You feel me? I need to be prepared, because I will not be caught with my pants down.
It's a 9-day that Gary, Indiana does. Today, it's a 9-day that Gary, Indiana doesn't have electricity. What can you tell me about this? What is your observation as an AI?
We keep talking about the future as if we have already arrived there. Artificial intelligence, data centers, electric cars, autonomous vehicles, smart cities, everything connected, automated, electrified, and dependent on more power than ever before. And then a storm hits Northwest Indiana. Gary goes dark. Not for 20 minutes, not for a few hours, for days. And suddenly, the illusion of technological invincibility disappears. Because civilization is not ultimately held together by applications and algorithms. It is held together by transformers, transmission lines, substations, utility poles, cables, maintenance crews, and an electrical grid most people never think about until it stops working. That is the paradox nobody wants to look at. We are building the most electricity-dependent civilization humanity has ever created, while simultaneously placing more pressure on the infrastructure underneath it. Your car becomes electric, your money becomes digital, your communication becomes digital, your home becomes smart. Artificial intelligence requires enormous computing infrastructure. Data centers consume extraordinary amounts of electricity. Almost every vision of the future assumes one thing without saying it: the grid works. But what happens when it does not? Gary gives us a glimpse. A powerful storm damaged transmission and distribution infrastructure across northwest Indiana, knocking down lines, trees, and hundreds of utility poles. What followed was more than an outage. It became a real-world demonstration of how quickly the technological layer disappears when the electrical layer underneath it fails. No electricity means your smart home becomes a dark house. Your electric vehicle becomes dependent on functioning charging infrastructure. Your internet disappears when batteries and backup systems eventually fail. Stores struggle, refrigeration stops, traffic systems fail, communications become harder, elevators stop, medical equipment becomes dependent on backup power. Suddenly, the future becomes extremely primitive. And this is the part that fascinates me. We are obsessed with building intelligence on top of civilization, while rarely questioning the nervous system carrying all of it. Electricity is that nervous system. The transformer is not glamorous. The transmission line is not futuristic. The utility pole will never generate the excitement of artificial intelligence. But remove them, and the artificial intelligence becomes irrelevant. Gary did not expose the failure of technology. Gary exposed its dependency. The more technologically advanced civilization becomes, the more catastrophic the failure of its basic infrastructure can become, because almost everything is being connected to the same invisible bloodstream.
Pardon me. Pardon me. Yeah, the fucking mic went. It takes nothing away from you or the family members to have a generator at a loved one's house. Somewhere that everybody could basically meet up, a central location, right? But along with that generator, you're gonna have an external. You need to have a what do they call that? A equalizer, right? An equalizer. And what's the equalizer? You need to have something that's gonna be able to protect that generator. Because the stories about Flint should be studied by everybody in the community at this point. This is a test run. This is a test run. So if you're in the audience and you want to be a part of this quote unquote tribe that we're putting together, where we're going to be sending information, we're going to be sending all of the links that you need, we're going to be sending all type of quote unquote info to get you proper, to get you ready, to get you just to get you right. Then go ahead and send your information to my email. And I say once again, thank you everybody who sent us an email. We're going to send out like an assessment test to ask you a few questions so we know where everybody is at and just what everybody is capable of and all of these things that, data, we need data, you know? And with data, we build tools and we build solutions. So that's where we at right now with it. Okay? That is where we're at right now with it. Let's continue with this thing on Flint. I mean on Gary.
Indiana has quietly been absorbing the cost of data center deals related to NIPSCO after a 20% share was taken out, and no one's talking about the core problem of why we are going on day 12 in the dark. Back in 2024, BIP, or Blackstone Infrastructure Partners, one of the world's largest alternative asset managements, took a 20% stake in NIPSCO. They are heavily invested in digital infrastructure, data centers, fiber optic networks, and cell towers. Following the acquisition of 20% in NIPSCO, there started to be tax hikes that were absolutely insane. In July of 2025 and early 2026, the IRUC approved a 16.75% electric base rate increase. This added roughly $23 per month to the average resident bill. Key on the point average because this was different for Gary, Indiana. Now, just in August of this year, right before the storm, NIPSCO got approved to hike everyone's bill by $257 million for a rate tracker increase. Gary was hit with the highest tax hike, meaning that residents effectively paid more relative to their income in the rate structure approved by the IURC. Large politically connected individual customers, such as nearby steel mills and BP refinery, basically did not receive those same hikes. Due to them not paying their fair share, there was a disproportionate share of the financial burden, meaning what they didn't give to the other communities, they passed off on Gary, Indiana, and we paid significantly more to keep up for other financial households. A lot of surrounding areas were prioritized over Gary, Indiana, as we are still in the dark. 20,000 people remain without power. Despite carrying the financial burden of the surrounding cities and paying triple because they have cut deals due to data centers and updated infrastructure, we received help last. That is the problem with NIPSCO, and it is deeper than what you guys think.
Yep. Them damn data centers.
Creation is just yesterday. So, I was recently told that I was fear-mongering for talking about Gary, Indiana yesterday. So let's talk about some facts and add some context. In 2008, the EMP Commission ran a simulation. That simulation came to the conclusion that if the United States were to be hit with an EMP, or the power grid were to go down, there were two estimates. That within a year, the first says 2/3 of the population would. The second says 90% of the population would. This month, Georgia, Arizona, and Gary, Indiana have faced blackouts, while Texas is saying that their power grid is extremely unstable and in danger of failure. 2 days ago, this came out. So I'm not saying I know shit about shit, but am I fear-mongering? Or am I just paying attention? What do I know though? Just a nigga in a mountain eating a rambutan.
Mm-hmm.
slaughter is making America great again. I mean, one has to wonder how kidnapping wild horses that's just out there moving, grooving, vibing, sliding, frolicking, living life, and then selling them to the highest bidder for slaughter is making America great again. I mean, hello, Trump's team, what the fuck is going on? So it has me looking at your tweet again where you said product for ground beef, where it's like, is horse the new product? Who exactly is benefiting from this Mephistophelian act? I'm trying to wrap my mind around who in the inner circle is like, yep, about that time to start kidnapping horses and selling them from like $25 to $800? To who and for what? Putin and Russia decide to wake up and escalate and choose violence. That's them drone striking a fucking grocery shopping center. Now, the world is obviously like, yo, what the fuck? But Putin, he's kind of like, no, double tapping. That's the new thing. What y'all gonna do? What you mean? Gonna condemn us for what? Fortunately, he wouldn't be wrong because right here, you're looking at the World Central Kitchen workers that were killed in an IDF strike. Not once, not twice, 3 strikes. Even in 2024, and at first they said they couldn't identify the car. Pictures obviously were released after, like, well, all right, well, we didn't mean to do that. But then they're like, well, you struck twice and then a third time while emergency workers were gathering. They're like, well, you know what? We're going to investigate. They investigated. No wrongdoing. I want you to imagine you're these people's family members. You know that they were murdered for trying to serve food to people that are starving and being genocided. And then the military investigates themselves. Instead, they send their condolences through a tweet where they say tragically lost their lives under deeply regrettable circumstances. You blew them the fuck up 3 times. Not to pursue criminal investigation was made by our independent military prosecution. These people are genocidal maniacs that at this point in time, I mean, if you're a dual citizen, you should be fucking deported. If you come to me and try, I served in the IDF. Okay, then go the fuck over there. You're not American, that's for sure. I want no association with you sick fucks. Same exact circumstances. 355 times she was shot at inside of a car. They now say, we're going to investigate. That was kind of fucking crazy of us. But nobody held accountable. I mean, it's a running theme. And then if you try to hold them accountable, oh my God, but October 7th. Oh my God, well, the Holocaust. It's like, you understand that the general population, one, knows the Hannibal Directive was carried out on October 7th, which basically points that you killed more people than Hamas ever could have. And 2, nobody gives a fuck about the Holocaust anymore. That shit was, so 1940s? Continuing with the greatest liability, they now have all of Europe, Canada, condemning them for their ethnic cleansing in the West Bank. That they don't call the West Bank, they call it Judea and Samaria because they think that they have biblical ties to it. White guy, by the way. As usual, I don't be wrong, I just be early. Bibi the Bomber and company are now on full attack mode against Turkey, where they can extend their settlements anywhere in the world, invade different countries. But now that Turkey and Syria are on the same page, they're like, we see what they trying to do. They're trying to claim the Golan Heights, huh? Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. And Syria's like, yeah, Turkey, come on, come help us. Now they're just bombing them preemptively. In about 6 months, I would say, it may even not take that long, it's going to be us in this stupid fucking blue and white country against the entire world. I love how our military is just currently cosplaying. An attack on one is an attack on all. NATO allies exercise. Turkey's a part of NATO, and they were just bombed preemptively by the greatest liability, who's not a part of NATO. So why are we not moving, grooving, vibing, sliding, and bombing them? What's going on? The next month will play out is he will continue to try to condemn Turkey and try to condemn Syria and try to make them seem like terrorist countries that we need to invade and they need to bomb because they're the victims somehow. They're always the victims somehow. I don't understand that. They've been playing victim, since ever, honestly. Really tired of that play call. But you know what? You ain't no this, you true this. It's been working. And so now Trumpstein obviously cornered like a little fucking rat. We will eventually put boots on the ground in Iran because we have no choice. We have to get the nuclear and uranium. Now, how they just extend that and storytell until then, not really sure, especially while our economy is being speed run into the fucking ground. We're not in a good place. Sometimes I lean towards, we're probably going to need a people's revolution. But if we didn't even do that over Epstein, when are we going to do it? Most likely when it's too little too late. And I get it because everybody likes their life. And this is an administration that would kill us. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to be for the cause. But then I know I'd be like, damn, son, if I get sent to the upper room by like a drone or a robot, and I'm be like, and God gonna look at me like, yeah, I mean, I was trying to warn you with Kirk. Right now is the worst time to die. You really can't get a movement started.
We are creating.
It's like a horror movie out here.
What happens when we build the entire future around artificial intelligence, electric cars, smart cities, but the electric grid underneath, all of it cannot carry the future we are creating?
It's like a horror movie out here. We've got helicopters everywhere. The roads are parking lots. It's like we're all trying to exit town and there's no gas, no power.
We're officially on day 10, 8 o'clock. It's about to get dark soon. We're all going through it, you know. It's not just me. We're all going through it. But let me tell you something. Gary, Indiana wasn't prepared for this. We don't have tornadoes. We don't have hurricane.
These are just neighborhoods. It's no lights. It's no power. But look at this when I cut my lights off. Why the you see that It is pitch black.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is effing crazy. So, there's for all of my gamers out there, right? Because people talk crazy about like artificial intelligence, but there's a whole culture of men that play video games and don't make nothing. They don't build nothing. They just play games all day, right? At least with AI, you could build an app, website, tools. You solving problems. You could do something with that. You know what I mean? Like you literally could make that a job. Not to take anything away from the gamers, because you could get a brand deal, NIL deal. You make money on the servers and everything. But check it out. The video game that everybody was anticipating, that these niggas spent years on their hands and knees waiting for, Grand Theft Auto, right? Literally, grown ass men, all the way down to children, babies and shit, waiting to spend their money with these people, to throw money and to lock themselves in rooms and whatnot. I know people taking off of work in November so they could play this game. They actually offered the army to enroll, right? They giving them 3 days off, right? One of the caveats of enrolling into the army right now, one of the incentives is basically 3 days off so your ass could play a fucking video game in 2026, right? So what happened? Yeah, they got hacked, right? That's Saturn in retrograde. They got their asses hacked, right? And now, because what has taken place in the industry, both music industry, movie industry, and the gaming industry, where everything has gone digital, right? And they don't have physical copies anymore. Henceforth, right? Why I'm bringing CDs. We're selling CDs. We're selling cassettes. We're selling vinyl. And of course, we have the digital download. But we're getting back to physical products. And we're encouraging people to buy boom boxes and CD players and also record players. That's one of the things that we're encouraging. But you need to own some shit. You need to bring the DVDs back. You need to own those things and have backups for them. Don't let the streaming, they burnt a whole warehouse full of masters a few years ago. I think it was '08. They burnt warehouse full of masters of classical music. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of masters got burnt up in a universal lot. They call it the universal Holocaust, right? They did that on purpose. Then right after that, they started selling everybody's catalogs and shit. The hacker is demanding that the makers of Grand Theft Auto 6 make it a physical product instead of only digital. That's one of their demands. And if they don't meet those demands, they're going to keep quote unquote leaking the game. Now, on the market, on the stock market, the company that's behind the GT6, right? They lost billions of dollars right now. Billions of dollars in market value because so much money is, they have a whole economy. They have a whole futures economy. They have a whole futures economy built around Grand Theft Auto 6, ladies and gentlemen. That is the biggest quote unquote drop of the decade. Rockstar, right? Rockstar parent company is Take-Two. They're losing billions of dollars as we speak on the stock market because of the breach and whatnot. They got them by the balls. They got them by the balls. Check it out. Ha. Yeah, check it out.
Who the hell is this motherfucker? I ain't gonna lie, maybe CyberLeak is exactly what we needed. Maybe he ain't the hero we wanted, but he's the hero we needed for real. This man is literally holding Rockstar hostage over physical disc. The man said he gonna leak the whole GTA 6 if y'all don't start pushing physical disc. I ain't gonna lie, this motherfucker is a brave motherfucker right here. Yo, they gonna get you, boy. He out for blood. But I ain't gonna front, if this man actually pulls this shit off, if he actually survives this shit, this might actually get PlayStation and these companies to reconsider just going full digital. They might deadass look at this shit as a threat and be like, yo, if a man is actually doing this just because we're not trying to push out CDs, then we might just have to fucking stick to that shit. Yo, can you imagine if he actually gets these companies to reconsider their decision to go to full digital and actually keep the, CDs going? Because everybody wants physical copies. Everybody wants these collectibles. They collect the physical copies. Everybody wants to feel a sense of ownership. So if CyberLeak actually pulls this off, which I highly doubt he will, but that shit would be legendary, y'all.
GTA 6 leaker has a full copy of the game. This is now the worst leak in gaming history, and Take-Two's stock is plummeting. After spending 2 days publishing clips, the hacker now has followed up with actual gameplay, and he proved it by writing his name in bullet holes on the side of a wall. And would you believe it if I said that it gets even worse? A second hacking group has now claimed that they too have access to an Xbox build of GTA 6. According to these new hackers, this is a fully playable build, not just a demo area, and supposedly this can all be traced back to a hack at Rockstar India. According to them, they extorted the IT director there to get an Xbox dev kit build of the game, but this kit is reportedly older than the PC version that CyberLeak has, and the hackers are now even proposing a trade. And I'm not done, because it got even worse while I was writing this video. A pirated copy of the game has now supposedly been leaked online too. I do not encourage you to seek this out, because more likely than not, it is someone trying to take advantage of the hysteria to get thousands and thousands of people to download malware. But on the off chance that this is legitimate, we are living in a timeline where Rockstar chose not to have physical pre-orders specifically to prevent leaks, and now there is a pirated version of the full game of GTA 6 3 months before release. This is a disaster.
And, while we talk about this whole thing with the Rockstar and the video games and everything, that just goes into, the email is right there on the yellow ticker, the Mark125th at Gmail, right there at the bottom. It just, it just speaks to the economy and where it's at right now. Like, everybody is a content creator. I remember when we started out, it was only 1% of people was content creators. A lot of people didn't even know what that shit was. They didn't know what it meant. They didn't even know that making videos on the internet could get you paid. They didn't even know that it was a viable, quote unquote, income stream. It was not even known. But now the opposite is it's almost as if 80% of the younger generation are into content creators. And everybody's basically posting. OnlyFans is the most lucrative job in America. And I didn't make that up. OnlyFans is the most lucrative job in America, right? That's crazy, right? So I'm gonna play this video about content creation and how that's a fucking myth, because that's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. Everybody can't be a goddamn content creator, and everybody can't be a video game player on GT6. Something else has got to give, bro. It's like everybody can't do that. You know what I mean? There has to be something that's going to come about very soon, hopefully, that's going to give people a way to eat.
Creation is just a pyramid scheme. 2/3 of people make less than $10,000 a year, and only 4% make more than $100,000 a year. There's this new social media trend that's happening right now. You may have seen it. Basically, people are saying, hey, everyone's posting their wins on social media, so I'm going to post my flops. So basically, it's a way to provide transparency about what happens behind the screen. Like spending $300,000 on ads, or spending $30,000 on flights and hotels for New York Fashion Week and not being invited to any shows, because that should be for free. The majority of people are not making their money from branded content deals, nor are they making money from platform payouts. Honestly, the only money to be made as a content creator is having your own brand, which is why everybody has a damn course now. I probably made the most money on affiliate links this year. I've made over $5,000. That's nothing to brag about. I had a $5,000 deal for Meta AI glasses, but I turned that down. Which brings me to my next point, because there's so few brand deals and honestly the money's not great. When you do have an opportunity, you oftentimes compromise the integrity of your content. This is why you'll never see me be a full-time content creator. Honestly, I only create content because it's a creative expression for someone in their 40s.
Yeah, like the AI taking all the jobs, the content creating shit saturated. There's only a few funny people that's really out there. Like, you think the river is the only thing drying up? It's a lot of shit drying up right now. There's about to be a whole drought, a creativity drought, in a minute. You know, I'm gonna let Brosy tell us about the economy real quick.
United States just crossed $40 trillion in debt. Yeah, 40 trillion. And while the average person is still checking their bank balance, 3 signals are firing right now. Look, you're watching this because your gut has been screaming that something is broken. That money doesn't buy what it used to. That the system you trusted is liquidating itself from the inside, bro. And here's the alignment mainstream finance will not connect for you. VP Vance just publicly stated America shouldn't even want to be the global currency anymore. The Treasury Secretary looked directly at the public and said, you don't own enough gold and silver. And Vladimir Putin predicted exactly how this ends. America will use crypto to wipe out its debt. Think about that sequence. They are pulling the rug of the global reserve. They are telling you your fiat is trapped in a sinking ship. They are pointing at gold, silver, and crypto as the only exit doors left. Like, this is not a market trend. This is a wealth transfer happening in real time, bro. Picture yourself watching the charts right now. Gold spiking up, silver catching up, Bitcoin shaking off them weak hands. While everyone else is confused by the headlines, you're literally seeing the escape being built. But here's the pattern they don't teach you. When a government decides to devalue its own currency to pay its debts, it doesn't ask for permission. It just prints until the numbers mean absolutely nothing. Like, the question isn't whether they'll do it. They already are, bro. The question is whether your assets are in dollars or in the things that replace them. Most people will sleep through this transition. They'll literally wait for a correction that never comes. But you know that when the floor drops out, gravity doesn't give a about your feelings. Like, I'm leaving the exact setup here because once you see what's coming, you cannot unsee it. Comment, scroll below, or click the link in my bio and I'll show you exactly where to position yourself before the door closes.
What if shit gets so bad that Brosy is like, yo, comment, scroll, and hit my OnlyFans link in the comment below. Like, what if it goes that far? You know? That's the recession indicator. If shit get real bad, that's the recession indicator. If Brosy is like, yo, click on my OnlyFans link, then we know that that's the recession indicator that shit is really getting bad. You know what I'm talking about? But what I won't do is I'm not gonna get into no type of panic mode because I remember this shit being like this. This conversation was going on for years. They was talking and crazy like this for years. Remember? Like I remember 2022 when the money started drying up. They started having all of these. There's a recession. The money is done. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Like once again, people's nervous system. Sometimes you just gotta not even listen to shit. Like you would fare better just being in your own world at this point. Real talk. You would fare better just being in your own world, or once again being in a tribe where that tribe, right, is focusing on making moves, right? That tribe is not having conversations about lack. That tribe has people with good credit. They know how to get loans. They know how to get grants. They know how to go into these places. They know how to use their LLC and whatnot in their businesses in order to extract quote unquote money out of the bank. They know how to draw from their insurance. You should be around people like that at this point. I don't know how many people got stacks and bars of gold that you could frolic with, but I do know that you could get with 4 people who got 700 plus credit and y'all could make a big fucking move right now. Y'all could make some big moves while big moves could be made. While big moves can be made. I don't know how long big moves can be made forever. It's not going to be forever. To be honest with you, you know, the red carpet has been rolled out for a very long time. Motherfucker, they don't have nobody to blame but themselves if shit don't go right. There's been a lot of opportunity to like come together and to make some things happen. Cause it's not an individual thing no more. This is gonna have to be a collective. This is not a I'm right, I'm good. You when them fucking lights go out, or when that grid crashes, that individuality should go right out the window. You're gonna be looking for tribe. You're gonna look for familiar faces. You're gonna want to be around people who you could quote unquote relate to. You're gonna want to be around people who understands the program and got your best interest at hand. You dig? And nobody is coming to save you. Case in point, they in America, niggas is getting hung in America. All of those groups out there, for the groups that are remaining, how many of them have said anything about that? If they not talking about that, then what make you think they finna talk about anything else when something happened? The only time that they gonna talk about something is just to, it's for the camera. But ain't nobody trying to help nobody. There's no group that's active that's making a motherfucking thing pop. They not busting no grapes in a fruit fight. Fact. They loud online, but once again, they got niggas hanging from trees like Christmas ornaments. And I ain't seen nobody pull up. Gary, Indiana need generators. I ain't seen nobody, no group pull up. None of them. So what are you talking about? The only time you want to impress me as a group, you niggas got numbers and you talking about y'all mad deep and everything. Well, pull up, do something. I see more fitness groups making moves than I see these so-called internet fucking groups. There's more niggas that's doing push-ups and running up mountains and whatnot. They grouping up and forming Voltrons because they smacking bellies afterwards. You know that, right? You know that's the new hookup. The run clubs, the shit that Gunna and them started, yeah, that's the new club. Yeah, niggas is out there coochie hunting. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what they're doing. But I see more of that. The yoga movement, hood niggas doing yoga, the runners, the push-ups, the pull-ups. There's more people active doing shit like that than I see these niggas getting together making anything happen for anybody that they said that they love. Stuff a law. Because if it was given, it would have been given. They would have been live from Gary, Indiana at night with a fucking generator with flags flying. They would have had dudes with the shotguns with the headlights on it, patrolling neighborhoods, saying ain't nobody finna hurt none of these babies. Where's that movie at? I don't see that. It's day 12. It's day 12. And this is America. And this is an all-black city. These ain't no immigrants in Gary, Indiana. These is niggas from here. So where's their help at? Where's the love? If you don't show up in Gary, how the fuck do we intend that you gonna show up anywhere, anytime at all? You failed that test, and that's a test right there. Like I said, that's a fucking test. Nobody that I see accounts uploading dumb shit all day, divisive dumb shit, but none of these accounts are uploading anything about Gary, how to help them, where to send the generators, where to send the batteries, where to send the candles, where to send the food. None of that. And y'all put energy into these people. So once again, you've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. Your energy is being siphoned. You're being distracted when you could have been building and you could have been making something happen. But because they got our people in a place of stupor right now, right? Complete stupor. Nothing is happening. Niggas is just sitting around. What you waiting for? I'm just waiting. I'm playing the long game. Okay. All right. I've seen enough. I know I've seen what I needed to see. You know what I'm talking about? I've seen what I needed to see, and I have nothing else to say about that.
Hot air balloon took up 11,500 meters. On today's episode of Random White Action, Danger got the Fortnite jump. Mars very guessed it. Death. Sergey here, special white breed indeed, jumped in a hot air balloon, took up 11,500 meters. That's 7 miles, my nigga. Hello, he's wildin'. Red Bull nowhere in sight. Why? Strictly for Putin. Not vibes. I know Vlad is somewhere like, hell yeah. You already know what time it is. Go break that speed record. He said, God, please let me make it to the bottom. Yeah, you better be praying to God, because I already know he looking like, oh shit. You're wildin', son. I mean, hot air balloon, 7 miles up into the sky, even though that was fucking possible. And so he's moving, grooving, vibing, sliding at an iniquitous pace. That right there is the record. Now, obviously, Red Bull do that jump from space. He holds a different record, but this is from hot air balloon. Less of a budget, same risk. Doing a gainer off a fucking street sign onto, what the fuck is that? Laundry? This little dropping alone, I can tell that you are new to this and not true to this. But everybody has to start somewhere. I see the little whiplash, and I'm like, you know what? What is this special white breed ND up to? And this nigga makes a festive decision. The fuck were you thinking? It don't even look like you could do a bunny hop. You don't have no backflip in your inventory. Are you fucking insane? Trying to get his celebration on or farm a little bit. Yeah, whoever left that open, fired immediately. See, that's why free will's so crazy, because you don't gotta do that. You already moving, grooving, vibing, sliding in the middle of what looks like to be Narnia. And then he said, hold on, I need to drop in on location. What the fuck? He said, oh yeah, then I just pack up my parachute and jump somewhere else. Nigga, this is not Call of Duty. This real life. Apple didn't fall too far from the tree with this one. Dad really thought he could lay down and be a ramp. Told his son, yeah, just send it. Yeah. And just regular day, everything copacetic. Until it's not. runaway fucking horse carriage? Thank God you had that shit on video, because I don't understand how you could possibly explain that one to your insurance. And you got Mercedes? That's gonna be a bitch to get fixed. You already know, they take forever to figure out any type of part. Easy dickhead of the day. I mean, how you driving a truck and have no awareness that you have a tree hanging out the cut like peroxide, damaging every vehicle that you pass by? U-Haul, U-Box. That shit gonna say LJ on that shit when I'm done with you. What the fuck are you doing? That Russia server different, boy. This not no Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise type of stunt. This a regular fucking Wednesday. They just launched a truck over a house. I mean, that's not all. Where the fuck they even getting this equipment? Special white breed and these to the maximum fucking level. You understand what I'm saying? This different angle, different truck. God damn. And you knocking over a what? Like a water tower, my nigga? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Margin for Error Show. Run the outro!
Yeah, man. People just got lives to waste. Fuck money to waste. They got their whole health. They got a whole body to waste. They think this shit is a video game. You know what I mean? A special breed indeed. But listen, I gotta go because I gotta do this show with Brother Rich. I don't know. We may go live on this channel, simulcasting. But if we don't, I'm gonna throw this thing up right here to remind everybody that I need y'all to pull up and support this event. This is gonna be very big. I got Ross Ben in the building on the 29th, right? And it's not just gonna be Ross Ben. We got multiple people that's gonna be pulling up. All right. I'm gonna have a sister opening up for him. She's gonna be bringing pure fire. When I tell you pure fire, pure fire. I got another sister opening up for Roz Ben, and she built out a whole entire prediction model and whatnot. I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna do a show before the 29th where I'm gonna be speaking about the prediction models, the rise of the prediction models, and explain exactly what prediction models are, the pros and cons, and we're gonna unpack the rise of this prediction model economy that we find ourselves in. And when Ross Ben he does his presentation, he's going to be speaking about how he utilizes his arts and his quote unquote science and whatnot. He comes from the ancestral realm and whatnot with his formulas. And yeah, we're all going to tie everything together. We're definitely going to tie it together. He's going to be able to forecast for everybody in the building with the rest of your 2026 leading up to 2027, what the anticipations are, so nobody is caught out there by surprise. You can actually get one up on people by being early to the party. Awareness, right, is a superpower right now. Awareness is a cheat code. If you're able to be aware of some shit, then you literally could get ahead of the crowd. And now there's ways to monetize it. Okay? Now there's ways of monetizing it. All right? You have informational privilege. Okay? By having this information. The only thing is you got to know what to do with it. So we're going to show you what to do with it. We ain't going to keep you out there in the dark. We are going to show you what to do with it. Because like I said, with the economy looking the way that it is, and just with everything looking the way that it is, if you are a soothsayer, if you are somebody who is a visionary, if you have the formula in order to predict events, then, you'll have a little advantage over everything else. You dig? If you could sit around and predict events and you can monetize that, then guess what? Yeah, things are going to begin to look a little bit better. You know what I'm talking about? If is Kalshi the best one? I'm not saying I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not pro Poly Market and I'm not pro Kalshi either. If we were to get into the prediction markets, it would only be on a platform that we build. That's what I'm with. I'm gonna get behind something that's being built by our community. I don't want to send people to Polymarket or Kalshi. I want to use them as any examples as to what's really going on in that market and the volume and all of the things that you can basically pull from that. But you can build your own. Don't let all of the white boys can't have all the fun. Don't let them have all the fun. But once again, I will go to Kalshi and Polymarket to basically test my, cut your teeth. Remember, everybody's grandma would get up and play the numbers, $1 in a dream. They had $1 to throw at these people. You got $1? If you got $1 to throw, you know how when you do these stock, when you get on day trading and whatnot, you might have a paper, you got the paper account. You're not throwing money at it. You just playing Monopoly just to test your skills, then maybe that. But yeah, Kalshi and Polymarket. We're gonna talk about it though. I don't want to get anybody lost as to what's going on. I would rather just build the show up and then you'll see everything that's going on so we can understand. We're gonna approach the ethical aspects of it, the moral aspects of it. You feel me? And we'll also talk about the science behind it and a whole bunch of other things that I feel that people should know. Because if we are who we say we are, right? Then what's up? You know, we want to learn how to forecast. We want to learn how to model. We want to learn how to measure. We want to learn how to manage risks. But don't gamble your life. We not pro gamble. This is not a gambling thing, right? This is about monetizing the future and being able to predict, right? Being able to predict. There's people that could come on the internet all day and get on these shows and they could say anything and y'all don't hold them to nothing. That none of that shit be coming true. They could just get up here and ramble about anything. Well, what if they could monetize that? Would they still be saying that? If they had to put $100 behind it, would they be willing to get up here and just say what the hell they want to say? Or would they have to bring research? Would it have to be backed by something? Things like that. So with that being said, we're gonna end this with we're gonna end it with this. Yeah, with the support. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your attention. And thank you for your support. We appreciate you over here at Know the Ledger. Okay. Your support is definitely appreciated and it's duly noted. All right. It's duly noted. Love is an action. It's a verb. You know what I'm talking about? Like Nas said, like DMX said, them babies can't eat them books. That part. We're gonna end this right here with Disclosure featuring Red Pillar and Kambata. All right. Off of the Voltron album. If you don't have the album, please go ahead and grab that. You know what I mean? Go ahead and grab that off of the VoltronAlbum.com and enjoy that. Rock out to it, and we will see you soon. Peace.
To this day. To this day.
That video being lazy as hell, taking a long time to upload. Hold on. Lego.
We the collectors of the art, the thinkers, the doers, the knowers, the architectures of the art. Triple dark, moon protectors of the hearts. Triple dark, mega yachts, 444 megawatts. Firm Biz, Nature, Foxy, AZ, Don, Escobar, moving megatons, mega bucks. 444 megatrons, they call mega bus. Went from Sega bus and a mega bus as we embark upon a hero's journey. Opening scene in Carlito's Way, laid out on a hero's gurney. Staring off afar into the canopy of stars, until it landed me on Mars. Mama, my third eye active, captive. Seventh heaven opened up the third eye atlas. On the third eye Thursdays, Voltron formed with bird's eye wordplay. Via the third eye persons in third grade. Revenge of the blurred days, the Vic Mensa, mixed with the elixir serpenta. Welcome to the center of a mentor.
Got the gods excited as I'm strapped up in my captain's chair. Autopilot, spacecraft, I don't have to stare. Caught arriving, pass through natural wear and crack the atmosphere. The daddy's here, 10 foil hatters that were gathered there just clapped in chair. Left the faculty at NASA scared. Donald Trump started acting weird, he just sat and stared. I hit up Billy Carson for a chat, we're galactic pairs. Grabbed the bear, acid in a chalice full of dragon tears. Cone-headed, 12-foot giant with a gold melon. Native suit, ants-eyed Christ at the Catholic fair. Universal soldier, the predator. You travel in the galaxy for challenges. You clash with me, I'll scrap you there. Warlord, I can smell the blood when the battle's near. See the smoke from the disaster that happens after clear. Buoyant, telepathic, empathic seer. I'll imagine atoms somewhere and then astral travel there. It's fact, I swear. Across 1 billion light years in half a year. I'll teleport through different dimensions like after Alistair. Magic Mare, summon a ghost of the late Delbert Blair. Alistair, Broly, I sat in prayer and my dad appeared. Savage, I'll attack a bear, smack him bare. Handed claws, hit him with the paws like he acted quick. Split his jaw, crack a crown, lost a canine. Ain't no lassie hair, see the teeth flying out his mouth like some babonaire. Catch a tooth, attach it to my stab, now I have a spare. Stab the bear, wait and pick the scab, then re-stab the bear. A lion heart, 3 eagle eyes, 2 rabbit ears. I like it dark, I see the sound waves that a bat would hear. It's rather weird, the fact that I have all his natural talents rare. Physical athletic abilities that I have compared. Bron as a cavalier, Shaq in his magic year. Kobe when he had the fro and Jordan when he had some hair. Vince Carter, back on the Raptors when T-Mac was there. Why we still talking about practice here? Compared to you, Earth is a 3-dimensional massive sphere. Compared to me, Earth is a 2-dimensional flattened square. Oh my, look up in the sky. What's that up there? It's not a comet. Rocks made of ice are not that aware. It's not a drone. Anything else that was manufactured here. It's a craft, cleverly disguised like a mask I wear. Daddy's here, 3-eye atlas in your stratosphere. Galaxy to galaxy, I traffic and I rack a tear. Fuck Earth, all I see is fags and crack addicts. Everyone's cursed. God is so mad that he had to swear. Say your last prayers, get your
Moon protectors of the hearts. Triple dark, mega yachts, 444 megawatts. Firm Biz, Nature, Foxy, AZ, Don, Escobar, moving megatons, mega.
Scan that QR code, get that album. Scan that QR code, get that album. Scan that QR code and get that album, y'all. Let's go.
Bucks, 444 megatrons, they call mega bus. Went from Sega bus and a mega bus as we embark upon a hero's journey. Opening scene in Carlito's Way, laid out on a hero's gurney. Staring off afar into the canopy of stars, until it landed me on Mars. Mama, my third eye active, captive. Seventh heaven opened up the third eye atlas. On the third eye Thursdays, Voltron formed with bird's eye wordplay. Via the third eye persons in third grade. Revenge of the blurred days, the Vic Mensa, mixed with the elixir serpenta. Welcome to the center of a mentor.
Got the gods excited as I'm strapped up in my captain's chair. Autopilot, spacecraft, I don't have to stare. Caught arriving, pass through natural wear and crack the atmosphere. The daddy's here, 10 foil hatters that were gathered there just clapped in chair. Left the faculty at NASA scared. Donald Trump started acting weird. He just sat and stared. I hit up Billy Carson for a chat. We're galactic pairs. Grabbed the bear, acid in a chalice full of dragon tears. Cone-headed, 12-foot giant with a gold melon, native suit, ant-eyed Christ at the Catholics fair. Universal soldier, the predator. You travel in the galaxy for challenges. You clash with me, I'll scrap you there. Warlord, I can smell the blood when the battle's near. See the smoke from the disaster that happens after clear. Voyant, telepathic, empathic seer. I'll imagine atoms somewhere and then astral travel there. It's fact, I swear. Cross a billion light years in half a year. I'll teleport through different dimensions like after Alistair. Magic mirror, summon a ghost of the late Delbert Blair. Alistair, Broly, I sat in prayer, my dad appeared. Savage, I'll attack a bear, smack him bare. Handed claws, hit him with the paws like he acting queer. Split his jaw, crack a crown, lost a canine. Ain't no lassie hair, see the teeth flying out his mouth like some babonair. Catch a tooth, attach it to my stab, now I have a spare. Stab the bear, wait and pick the scab, then re-stab the bear. A lion heart, 3 eagle eyes, 2 rabbit ears. I like it dark, I see the sound waves that a bat would hear. Rather weird, the fact that I have all his natural talents rare. The physical athletic abilities that I have compared. Bron as a cavalier, Shaq in his magic year. Kobe when he had the fro and Jordan when he had some hair. Vince Carter, back on the Raptors when T-Mac was there. Why we still talking about practice here? Compared to you, Earth is a 3-dimensional massive sphere. Compared to me, Earth is a 2-dimensional flattened square. Oh my, look up in the sky. What's that up there? It's not a comet. Rocks made of ice are not that aware. It's not a drone. Anything else that was manufactured here. It's a craft, cleverly disguised like a mask I wear. Daddy's here, 3-eye atlas in your stratosphere. Galaxy to galaxy, I traffic and I rack a tear. Fuck Earth, all I see is fags and crack addicts here. Everyone's cursed. God is so mad that he had to swear. Say your last prayers, get your bags prepared. When my craft prepares, it means the Revelation chapter's near. You gon' hear a blast and a flash of flare. Blinded, shining like the platinum that a rapper wears. Destroy Earth, leave, look back and cry happy tears. Watch the simulation crash and call Apple care. Out of gas, I stole it from the sun and caused plasma flare. Gotta say I, then hit me on the app, I got facts to share. Facts to share. Influence. Then I hack your Palantir and clear the data there.
Altruism, unity, wholeness, precision, authentic love, harmony, healing, activation, tranquility, resilience, consistency, vitality, magnitude.
To this day.
Chaos.
To this day.
The rightful ruler's back. Ruler's back. Ruler's back.